When someone mentions Rio de Janeiro, vivid images instantly flood the mind. Perhaps the iconic Christ the Redeemer statue standing tall with arms wide open, or the majestic Sugarloaf Mountain bathed in the golden hues of sunset. Maybe it's the lively Copacabana beach, where rows of vibrant umbrellas dot the sand, and locals and tourists alike sip fresh coconut water as waves crash gently ashore. These postcard-perfect scenes have made Rio famous worldwide. Yet, the soul of this captivating city goes far beyond its glossy surface. Join the Shin on a journey to uncover the hidden gems and untold stories of Rio, the side that remains unseen in travel brochures, but is deeply felt in its heart and culture. Carnival and Samba, the heartbeat of Rio. Rio de Janeiro is a city that pulses with life, and nothing captures its essence more vividly than the world-renowned Carnival. Every February, this dazzling celebration transforms the city into a spectacle of color, rhythm, and pure joy. The crown jewel of Carnival is the electrifying Samba parade at the iconic Sambadrome, where Samba schools put on jaw-dropping performances that mesmerize both locals and visitors. Each school presents a carefully curated theme, brought to life through extravagant floats, glittering costumes embellished with feathers and sequins, and thunderous drum lines that ignite the crowd's energy. But these parades are more than just shows. They are living, breathing expressions of Brazil's rich culture, history, and social stories. Yet, the magic of Carnival isn't confined to the Sambadrome. Across the city, lively street parties burst to life, inviting everyone to join the revelry. Each has its own unique vibe, from traditional samba rhythms to modern funk beats, ensuring that there's a groove for everyone. In Rio, Carnival isn't just an event. It's a celebration of life, freedom, and community. Beyond the festival season, music continues to define Rio's soul. Samba, born in Afro-Brazilian communities, is more than just a genre. It's a cultural movement that tells stories of resilience, joy, and heritage. Complementing samba is funk carioca, a high-energy genre that emerged from Rio's favelas, known for its raw beats and bold lyrics that have earned global recognition. Meanwhile, bossa nova, with its smooth melodies and poetic verses, paints a more tranquil picture, evoking the gentle sway of palm trees and the calming rhythm of waves against Rio's shores. Together, these musical styles weave a rich tapestry that forms the essence of Rio's identity. For travelers, immersing in Rio's vibrant music scene isn't just entertainment. It's a journey into the soul of a city that lives and breathes rhythm. If this is your first time here, the Shin warmly welcomes you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay updated with our latest content. Let's keep exploring the hidden gems of the world, one beat at a time. A flavorful journey through Rio, discovering the city's culinary soul. A visit to Rio de Janeiro wouldn't be truly complete without diving into its vibrant culinary scene. The city's food culture is a colorful tapestry woven from indigenous, African, and European influences, creating a gastronomic experience that lingers in both taste and memory. At the core of Rio's cuisine is feijoada, a beloved black bean stew enriched with tender cuts of pork and beef. Traditionally served on Wednesdays and Saturdays, this dish is more than just a meal. It's a ritual that brings families and friends together. Served with sides like rice, sautéed collard greens, toasted cassava flour, farofa, and fresh orange slices, it's a perfect balance of hearty flavors and refreshing notes. For those looking to enjoy a quick bite, pão de queijo is a must-try. These fluffy, cheesy bread rolls have earned a special place in every Brazilian's heart. Pair them with a cup of freshly brewed coffee for an authentic experience. Craving something sweet? Rio offers indulgent treats like brigadeiros, decadent chocolate truffles made from condensed milk and cocoa, rolled in chocolate sprinkles. Alternatively, a refreshing acai bowl, topped with granola, bananas, and honey, is the perfect way to recharge on a sunny day by the beach. No trip to Rio is complete without exploring its street food scene, where every stall offers something tempting. Bite into crispy pastéis, golden fried pastries stuffed with cheese, shrimp, or meat. Or try a smoky churrasquinho, a juicy grilled meat skewer that's hard to resist. For a unique experience, savor tapioca, a versatile crepe made from cassava starch, filled with either savory options like cheese and ham, or sweet combinations like coconut and condensed milk. Dining in Rio isn't just about tasting dishes. It's about immersing yourself in the city's warmth and hospitality. Whether you're enjoying a meal at a lively beach kiosk, a bustling market, or a traditional restaurant, every bite unveils a chapter of Rio's rich culture and history. Beyond the flavors, it's a celebration of community, connection, and the joy of sharing stories over good food. The dual faces of Rio: splendor and struggle. Rio de Janeiro presents a captivating paradox, where awe-inspiring natural beauty merges with deep social inequality, shaping a city of vivid contrasts. In upscale neighborhoods like Copacabana and Leblon, sleek skyscrapers, designer boutiques, and lavish residences reflect an image of prosperity and prestige. These districts radiate the glamour and sophistication that have long been associated with Rio's global charm. However, just a few streets away, a different reality unfolds. Perched precariously on the city's hillsides, sprawling favelas tell a story of struggle and survival. Rocinha, Rio's largest favela, sits a mere few kilometers from the luxury of Leblon, yet it feels like a world apart. It is a community where scarcity meets creativity, a neighborhood rich in culture but lacking in infrastructure. Despite the harsh conditions of poverty, Rocinha thrives on resilience, with its residents displaying an indomitable entrepreneurial spirit and an unwavering sense of community. In these favelas, life pulsates with energy. Art, music, and grassroots initiatives flourish, offering a vibrant counterbalance to the isolation often found in the city's wealthier enclaves. This stark contrast between privilege and hardship weaves together the fabric of Rio's identity, making it a city of striking complexity, a place both dazzling and divided. The origins of Rio's favelas, a legacy of resilience. The story of Rio's favelas is one of unyielding perseverance, born from the intersection of urban ambition and social exclusion. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Brazil embarked on an ambitious mission to reshape Rio de Janeiro, drawing inspiration from the grandeur of European cities, particularly Paris. City planners envisioned a modern metropolis with sprawling boulevards, grand plazas, and elegant public spaces. Yet, this vision came with a heavy price. Crowded tenements housing the working class were demolished, and countless families were left with no choice but to seek refuge on the city's rugged, undeveloped hillsides. What began as makeshift settlements intended to be temporary soon became permanent homes for the displaced. As waves of rural migrants poured into Rio in search of better opportunities, these hillside communities grew rapidly. Constructed from improvised materials and lacking essential infrastructure, the favelas became an enduring part of the city's landscape. Over the years, they evolved into vibrant, self-sustaining neighborhoods, deeply woven into Rio's cultural and social fabric. Today, millions of Brazilians live in these communities, which, despite facing significant challenges, such as limited access to healthcare, education, and formal employment, are dynamic centers of creativity and cultural expression. From samba rhythms to flavorful street cuisine, the favelas have given birth to some of Brazil's most iconic contributions to global culture. However, the presence of these communities also stands as a stark reminder of Brazil's persistent struggle with inequality. While they reflect the strength, resourcefulness, and solidarity of their residents, they highlight the urgent need for transformative policies that foster fair urban development, affordable housing, and greater economic opportunity for all. The history of Rio's favelas is both a testament to human resilience and a call to action, a chance for the city and the nation to confront the deeply rooted social disparities that continue to shape one of the world's most famous cities. It's a narrative of survival and creativity, but also one of hope for a more just and inclusive future. The Silent Battle. Organized crime in Rio's favelas. While Rio de Janeiro's favelas are often celebrated for their rich culture, resilience, and community spirit, they also endure a darker reality. Organized crime. Decades of entrenched inequality, limited education, and scarce economic opportunities have turned many of these neighborhoods into battlegrounds for criminal enterprises. The rise of drug trafficking in the 1970s marked a turning point in this struggle, as the lucrative trade brought both wealth and violence into the heart of these communities. Among the most notorious criminal groups is Comando Vermelho, Red Command, which exerts significant control over the drug trade and daily life within the favelas. Their influence extends beyond business operations, shaping the social order of entire neighborhoods. However, their dominance is not uncontested. Rival factions and paramilitary militias, often led by former police officers, have emerged, promising security, but frequently acting as another form of oppression. These militias impose protection taxes on residents and businesses, creating a climate of fear and exploitation. The ongoing battle for territorial control between these groups has plunged many favelas into cycles of relentless violence. Gunfire, gang conflicts, and sudden clashes have become grim everyday occurrences, with innocent residents often caught in the crossfire. For those who live in these areas, the constant threat of violence is more than just a disruption. It stifles growth, perpetuates poverty, and traps communities in a web of instability. Attempts by law enforcement to curb organized crime often meet with criticism. Police operations in favelas, aimed at dismantling criminal networks, are notorious for their aggressive tactics, which can result in devastating collateral damage. These confrontations frequently escalate into deadly shootouts, deepening the divide between authorities and residents. The heavy-handed approach only reinforces mistrust, making long-term solutions even more elusive. Yet, amid the turmoil, there are glimmers of hope. Grassroots movements and community organizations within the favelas are working tirelessly to break the cycle of crime. By offering youth educational programs, vocational training, and support networks, these initiatives aim to provide alternatives to the lure of gang life. However, lasting change requires more than local efforts. Addressing the root causes of organized crime, poverty, inequality, and lack of opportunity is essential to building a safer, more stable future. Rio's battle with organized crime is more than a fight against violence. It's a call for systemic reform. Tackling the underlying social and economic disparities that fuel this conflict is the only way to ensure the city's most vulnerable communities can experience the peace and dignity they rightfully deserve. The shadow of violence. Insecurity in Rio de Janeiro. Urban violence remains one of Rio de Janeiro's most urgent challenges, casting a heavy shadow over its vibrant culture and breathtaking landscapes. In the favelas, frequent shootouts between rival gangs or during police operations create an environment of constant fear and uncertainty. Tragically, this violence doesn't stay confined to the city's impoverished areas. It often spills into wealthier neighborhoods, unsettling perceptions of safety even in the most secure zones. The statistics paint a grim picture. In 2024, Rio's metropolitan region recorded over 21,000 shootings, a stark reminder of the city's ongoing struggle with crime and insecurity. Much of this violence is fueled by territorial battles between criminal factions competing for control over the highly profitable drug trade. Police interventions, intended to dismantle these criminal networks, frequently escalate into violent confrontations, leaving innocent civilians trapped in the crossfire. Tragically, these incidents often disproportionately impact children and families, further deepening public resentment toward law enforcement and perpetuating cycles of mistrust. The consequences of pervasive violence ripple far beyond the favelas. Public transportation is frequently avoided due to safety concerns, and tourism, a vital pillar of Rio's economy, faces significant challenges as visitors weigh the allure of the city against the risks of insecurity. While millions are still drawn to Rio for its stunning landscapes and rich cultural heritage, the ongoing violence continues to pose a serious barrier to realizing the city's full potential as a global destination. Despite these difficulties, Rio's indomitable spirit persists. Grassroots organizations and community leaders are working tirelessly to create safe spaces, offer alternatives to at-risk youth, and rebuild trust between residents and authorities. Their efforts serve as a powerful testament to the resilience and determination of a city striving to overcome its struggles and fulfill its promise as a beacon of culture, beauty, and hope. The shadow of corruption in Rio de Janeiro. Corruption stands as one of Rio de Janeiro's most enduring obstacles, steadily eroding public trust in government institutions and impeding the city's progress. Over the years, numerous scandals have exposed the staggering misuse of public funds, intended for critical services like education, healthcare, and infrastructure, only to be diverted into the pockets of a select few. As a result, schools remain underfunded, hospitals overcrowded, and the city's roads and utilities continue to deteriorate. The hosting of major global events, such as the 2014 FIFA World Cup and the 2016 Summer Olympics, brought in billions of dollars in investments, yet many of these funds were tainted by accusations of embezzlement and mismanagement. Promises of enhanced public infrastructure and better housing for marginalized communities often went unfulfilled, while developers and politicians reaped the rewards, leaving behind a legacy of inequality and unmet needs. Despite this, there are glimmers of hope. Investigations like Operation Car Wash have uncovered widespread corruption, implicating major corporations and influential political figures, sparking a public awakening and fueling calls for reform. Grassroots organizations and watchdog groups remain at the forefront of the fight for transparency and accountability, offering a beacon of optimism for a more just and equitable Rio. While Rio continues to grapple with corruption, the momentum for change is building. The city's future holds the promise of a more accountable and transparent governance system, driven by the collective efforts of its people demanding integrity and progress. The duality of Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro is a city of mesmerizing contrasts, where beauty and hardship intertwine in a delicate balance. On one hand, the city presents an array of natural wonders and cultural treasures that captivate visitors from all corners of the globe. The sight of the sun setting behind Sugarloaf Mountain, or the infectious rhythm of Samba pulsing through the streets of Lapa, are experiences that stay with travelers forever. The lush greenery of Tijuca National Park, the world's largest urban rainforest, offers an oasis of tranquility, while Rio's iconic beaches like Copacabana and Ipanema beckon with promises of sun-soaked relaxation. Yet beneath this picture-perfect facade lies a far more complex reality. The favelas, home to millions of cariocas, reveal a city grappling with the deep wounds of inequality. Many residents face daily struggles, limited access to education, inadequate healthcare, and the ever-present threat of violence. The divide between the wealthy and the poor is glaringly obvious, with affluent neighborhoods just a stone's throw away from the most vulnerable communities. For tourists, Rio is a playground of adventure. Whether it's hiking the Pedra da Gavea Trail for panoramic views of the city, or dancing with locals during the world-renowned Carnival. The city offers countless unforgettable moments. However, responsible tourism can help bridge some of the inequalities. Supporting local businesses, engaging with community-driven initiatives, and taking the time to understand the history and resilience of Rio's people can foster a deeper connection to this complex city. At its core, Rio de Janeiro is a city of striking contrasts, a place where breathtaking landscapes coexist with profound social challenges. It is a city of vibrant energy and warm smiles, but also one of resilience and hardship. For visitors, Rio offers lasting memories, but it's crucial to recognize the stories that exist behind its postcard-perfect image. As we continue to explore the world, let's celebrate its beauty, while also acknowledging the complexities that shape its soul. Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned for more journeys that delve into the heart of extraordinary destinations.